chilling, and you understood my gripe, or whatever, right? You know that wasn't personal shot against you. That was just an example of what I wanted to speak about. It wasn't no shot at you. I think you understood that. You said that, but Bill Murray. Read the description. You don't think he was there? Like I said, they got that restaurant in the Crown Plaza. They had to have a kitchen open and operating, or they wouldn't be able to make all that food they had. So that kitchen that they was working in, all them people and stuff and cleaning up, yeah, Kenneka passed through there. Yeah, okay, they got it on camera. She passed through there. Okay, so that wasn't the last kitchen she was in. So she passed through the kitchen upstairs. She passed through the kitchen upstairs, right there in the hotel. And then what she do? She made her way to the caddy shack down the long hallway. They trying to confuse us and try to make it like she went down that hallway that was downstairs to go to some damn kitchen. They ain't got no damn kitchen no downstairs. There ain't no damn kitchen. There ain't no damn kitchen. There ain't no goddamn kitchen. She wasn't just in the freezer. She was in the freezer part of a kitchen. That shit is upstairs. That ain't downstairs. They show us when you go to the kitchen, it's some stairs that go downstairs. So she was in the kitchen upstairs. So to be in the kitchen upstairs, in a kitchen that was abandoned or under construction, it was a caddy shack. Who owned the caddy shack? Who had the caddy shack to be getting it emptied out or reconstructed? Bill Murray. Those doors and everything. You think he wouldn't have been there when they put those fresh doors up and left them open? That means his ass was in there last and then shut them doors. Because he had to okay everything. You know what I'm talking about? He had to okay everything. Him. Not a contractor. Not a construction company. Him. Him. If he gonna take his ass to the funeral, was the construction company there? Was the construction company who left the door open? Because they can't say it was maintenance that left the door open, because maintenance ain't had no business going in there. Maintenance ain't cleaning up that kitchen no more. It ain't a part of maintenance to go over there. That's part of the hotel to go over there to that restaurant kitchen. No goddamn way. No goddamn way. So if they saying they people went in there and then locked it up, they lying. Even that manager wouldn't have had keys to lock the kitchen in the caddy shack. So they lying about it being the kitchen in the hotel because that kitchen was under operation to be feeding the guests. So the only goddamn kitchen that was out of that wasn't in operation was his kitchen. And why would the fucking goddamn hotel beverage manager have a key to his restaurant? So you know that's a big goddamn lie. I got 4 people in here. Can I have 4 lights? And we can leave it simple as that. You got 4 people in here now. Me explaining this. Can I get 4 lights? Him, Bill Murray. Him. See that bald spot on top of his head? See the way his hair is? He look like that the beverage manager head to me. You know. And she looked like that front desk woman who was running around there acting like she worked for that front desk, but she put on a jacket running around there seeing what was going on to see if she had to goddamn leave or hurry up and get the fuck down there to get that fresh kidney. They ain't shipped that kidney off. Oh, she got that motherfucker right there from a living Kenneka to there. But Kenneka got fucked up. Kenneka got fucked up. Well, man, all you gotta do is just keep that face right there in mind. I bet you we find that face in that footage. I already found her in the footage. in a white dress that had some little chandelier shit hanging off her. She was walking down through there, and they had police guards at all the doors of the room so the guests wouldn't come out and bother her. And there was some cameras at the end taking pictures of her walking by down the hallway. I showed that back, got down a few months into the case. They wiped out team footage. You have to think of why they wiping out all them rappers and blaming it on Empire. Why do you think they wiped out team footage? Because I had all the shit. But they don't know I still got some of that on Saran wrap. I think it's just all on private. I just think it's all on private. Yeah, him. Bill Murray. Them two. Them two right there. And then this right here.
Then way to search when I see a dress I love, and I can find it with a screenshot. A perfect fit. That's how I use the Google app.
Tis the season to break tradition in a Cadillac. Don't just put on a light show, be the light show. Make your nights anything but silent.
Kenneka got fucked up, and Selena was the first one to be able to snatch up that kidney. It matched. It didn't have to be that she killed Kenneka. They so it'd have to be more research into the whole setup of how they would have even matched Kenneka's blood type. Like how they would have even got wind of Kenneka. Period. Who would have even knew about her blood type? Kenneka's blood type. But if y'all look at I forgot who video it is. They pointing out Selena doctor talking about we have to figure out who he is. That's Selena's doctor. It's unfair already. Put that on blast, and that's that man that I found in the footage. That ain't the first time I found him.
Amount of, privilege in terms of creatively participating at that time, as we're
Hey,
seeing.
and when it come to Alec Baldwin, he was gonna do a show. He did a pilot here. He tried to do a show here in Rockford, Illinois, but it didn't jump off. He wanted to be a preacher that was going to a happy hour bar, and it didn't get nowhere. He did the show here and everything. They shot the little pilot here and everything. It didn't get nowhere. So next time he did something, it had to have a bang to it. So it can be the last something. It can go down in history. Everybody will want to see it because everybody want to see the actual part when he was shooting a gun, like what that scene even stood about. Just like the Crow when they try to say it's right here when he getting shot. That's the real one, and then it goes to the fake one. Everybody try to catch that moment. I need to pull that up and catch it and see when it's a change. I look into that, and so he where he fucked up is he went and did that talk show, right? He sat down the camera and they talking about how he was doing the hammer. Then he gonna say, but I ain't pulled the trigger. Nobody asked him. Like I told my old lady, nobody asked him if he pulled the trigger. He talking about he was pulling the hammer back and it went off. But he said, but I ain't pulled the trigger. I don't think nobody asked him if he pulled the trigger. So if he just volunteered that, there go the setup right there. There go the discrepancy right there. If that lady didn't ask him, did he pull the trigger, for him to say, but I ain't pulled the trigger though. If he say the words though, then that means she didn't even ask him. He was just talking about the hammer and then bang. And then she talking about, well, how I go off, but I never pulled the trigger though. Didn't nobody ask him that. I don't remember that lady asking him that. So if that lady didn't ask him that, that's where he put his foot in his mouth. That's where he put his foot in his mouth. And she was such a beautiful lady. She was such a beautiful lady. I swear she was. But to me, too, she was taunting that thing in the sky. I showed about her head. She looked in that camera showing that sky. It was destiny. She taunted that thing in the sky, and it had something like a gun. It looked like an old-timing gun, like a rifle. And she taunted it by putting it on camera and had that look on her face. Like it couldn't. Like it couldn't happen. Yeah, they back to back close to each other. Like it couldn't happen, right? And like it couldn't happen, right? And it did. It's like she taunted that thing. Whatever that thing is up in that sky, man, she taunted it. She taunted it. Look, what would make her put that camera to? She wasn't pointing at the sun. What would make her point that camera to the sky like that, and put her head in that camera, and then get it to the point of that one eye? Why would she do that? Out of all fucking things, why would she do that? And then why would something be up there in that sky like that, looking at it with them horns? Like, yeah, all right. And it had something like a rifle or something in his hand, like it gonna blast it. It looked like it could have been like what you call them old-fashioned guns. They shoot one time a musket. Seemed like it was a musket. So that mean that old-fashioned shit. And here come old ass Alec Baldwin. Pow! But I ain't pulled the trigger though. Motherfucker, you just told on yourself because you already had this trigger fucking pulled, motherfucker. You already had the hammer, the trigger squeezed. Because you would have said you had your finger on the side of the damn gun. You would have said you had your finger behind the trigger. That camera was pointing at you while that girl was saying point the thing like this. So just record it. Just play back that thing and see where his fucking finger was at on that goddamn gun. And he already had this trigger pulled. And he sat there and put the hand back, talking about what? Pull it back like this, pull it back this. Why would it matter about him pulling that hammer back and having it like at that angle, or him having the hammer pulled back? Why would it be like I need you to be having this your finger on this hammer at this scene, so at this scene when I cut to you, your hand gonna be holding the gun with the damn hammer cocked back like this. At some point in time, you gotta do something with that hammer inside the movie. Letting that motherfucker go so you can shoot the gun for the scene. Let the hammer go so that motherfucker go pow for the scene. You gotta do something for the scene. The next move for the scene is that hammer to be making the gun shoot. So miss me with that. But you ain't pulled the trigger though. Cause you already had it squeezed, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You sacrificed anybody. But the devil put the beautiful one. It's always somebody beautiful. Right? To where then, if that's the case, then there is no ugly. If it's always somebody beautiful, then ugly don't exist. So then it's past the point of beauty. Man, I'm telling you, man. Shit in the sky exists. Shit you don't see exists. Another dimension exists. It's another dimension that exists within ours that you can't see. There's more so in a form to where you only see it when like smoke and clouds and lightning and shit appear in the air, and it's perpendicular. So we looking side to side, right? Now look, that's another thing. When it comes to the Earth, all these other planets got a dark side. But the Earth ain't got no dark side. So if the Earth don't have a dark side, that means the Earth only got one side. And if the Earth only got one side, what does that mean? The Earth is flat. When I was sitting there having that chicken show y'all, they sent the chicken up to space. I sat there and showed y'all how it was flat because for one, you seen the line pop up to that far right there. Two, you see how it starts shaping like an egg when it showed the sun on one scene and then showed the earth. It didn't show no circle. It showed an egg shape. When that motherfucking chicken was doing like this and then it go from the clouds to the ground and up like that, it showed the ripple effect of how the surface, the flat land, is uneven. This motherfucker ain't round, and it ain't even in a damn complete circle. This motherfucker shaped like a fucking potato. And up under potato, it probably goes in like a spear shape. So it ain't no, it's a solid bottom dirt, but it ain't no like surface to be standing on. because you would be upside down. The earth don't have a dark side. So if it don't have a dark side, it only have one side. Hello. So it's not round. The motherfucker not round. Every other planet, for one, don't have an atmosphere. For one. Doesn't have an atmosphere. You know what I'm talking about? It don't got no bubbles. Keeping no goddamn air in. No carbon dioxide out when we got carbon dioxide on the inside of this motherfucker. Right? So, that right there. All the other planets got dark side because of the sun and the moon. We're in the midst of all that. Where the dark side of the earth is? When they talking about it getting nighttime, well then why the moon is always lit up on the same side and dark all the time on that side, and you got the same 24 hours as Earth? So miss me with that dumb shit. Miss me with that dumb shit. So the Earth spinning, but the moon ain't. And then the moon is rock. Grayish, brownish rock, greenish rock. Why that motherfucker illuminated? When did sun illuminate dirt? When did sun start illuminating rock to where it'll cast off light to a whole nother planet? When did somebody start using a plain rock to reflect light? Now you can do it. I guess they turn rock into mirrors, but a plain rock don't be reflecting light like that. So how the moon reflecting light? How does it even get a shadow cast upon it? So, oh my God. I can't stand to hear nobody do that and then don't spit. Come on, man. Come on, man. What you doing with all that? You do that to spit. You ask me. Anyway, excuse all that. But yeah, Bill Murray. The kitchen upstairs was in use because they had the restaurant going. And they wasn't transporting food from the kitchen of the Caddy Shack to the kitchen of the hotel to cook some damn food. And they wasn't bringing in fresh food, fresh meats and all that during the day. And even if they did, they still had to have it on ice. See what I'm saying? So therefore, they had a working kitchen for the restaurant in the hotel. So the only empty kitchen was the Caddy Shack. The Caddy Shack was under construction. Whose Caddy Shack? Bill Murray. He even went to the funeral because it was his hotel. It was his restaurant that they called not a part of that hotel. It was his restaurant. So he went to the funeral. Look, if she was found in the freezer of the kitchen of the restaurant in the hotel, that ain't got nothing to do with the Caddy Shack when you walk down that hallway to the Caddy Shack, however, whatever, why the fuck would Bill Murray go to her funeral when he don't own the hotel and she ain't had nothing to do with over there in the Caddy Shack? Why the fuck would Bill Murray go to a nigga's funeral? Why would this white man stand over there and throw that dove up there like that? Why? Why? Now, if he gave Mama Teresa, Mama T, some money, then that means he felt in some way responsible. He went to her funeral, made him feel in somewhat way, shape, form, and fashion responsible. Because you didn't have the front desk doing no doves or nothing. You didn't have the police department. You didn't have the police department in front line at the funeral with Bill Murray. And then Bill Murray, it didn't look like he had no security around him. So if he was comfortable around them niggas at the funeral, best believe he stumbled across that party at that hotel and made himself familiar there. Like somebody said, they see Bill Murray in that footage. She trusted him because he was famous. Caddyshack, the movie, famous. Follow me. Yeah. You don't think he know about green screen? Shit. You don't think he know about filming and cameras and this, that, and the third? He been in the movie goddamn shit all his life. They was already under construction, so him snatching the cameras out of his kitchen is his shit. He getting a new system. So he able to take the cameras out right in view. So his camera system catch them taking down cameras. So that means if we see them removing cameras, if cameras was removed back there, that means what? Cameras was working. Because they took down the ones they feel that didn't work. So that means all the other ones was working. But if you ask me, if that camera right there in that kitchen was working, all them cameras was working. If that one camera right there in that kitchen when you first go in that motherfucker, that mean under construction first, they was goddamn fixing cameras. And if they went back there and removed the camera and had some cameras and wires hanging where cameras was at, they still responsible. Because that should have been the first thing they fixed in them walls and ceilings was the wires for the goddamn cameras. The wires and the lightings. If we don't see no lights and no lamps messed up, then no camera should be messed up because all the wiring is fixed. If all the lights are working, then that means all the cameras are working. Because that means all the electricity back there works. All of it. If there was no red and yellow and orange little, what you call them? Little tags on some little aluminum twist by any of those readings on those circuit boards we seen back there, then that means every last one of them was in operating condition. None of them was flagged for to look at. So all Bill Murray's electrical shit back there was working or would have been tagged, fucked up from the circuit board so they would know what camera or what light post was fucked up because it was under construction. And we don't see anything of red flags over there on the circuit saying something needs to be checked or shut down under construction or anything. What about that, the fire hydrant? Did it have a label on it? Because if it didn't have a label on it, that means it was in use. And if it's off, they mean they snatched it off and used it and then set it on the ground. So something was on fire back there at some point in time. So they got to explain all that. I mean, I can go into, you take my team footage page, shit, I show where the Irene and Ty's live come from. It come from somebody arguing on Twitter that they was at the party. And for them to prove that they was at the party, they showed some videos. And what videos was it? It was Ty's live and Irene's live. It meaning it was that phone that recorded that. It was his phone showing on the the 9th or the 10th. He was trying to prove that he was at the party. Now on the 8th of September, it was some people arguing on Twitter about that party. And for him to prove that he was at this party, he played 2 videos. And what was the video? Ty's live and Irene's live, to prove that he was at that party where that girl come up found in the freezer. Huh? On the 8th of September? So that means if he's showing something on the 8th of September on Twitter to prove he was at a party that was supposedly on the night of the 8th going into the 9th, that means it must have been something on the 6th. And think about it. Somebody in Mama T's family hung out at the Crown Plaza because it was a ticket there. And it wasn't, like, I used to take my receipts and my flyers and bend them in half and sit there and use them to roll weed, right? Who gonna just out of nowhere have a receipt and leave it in somebody else's car? Now, they could if they like, man, I need a piece of paper, and they pulled our receipt out their pocket and folded it in half and started rolling some weed on it, right? And left it in there. But you don't hear Mama T dusting nothing off. You don't hear her trying to unfold the piece of paper. You hear her pick the piece of paper up. So that means somebody in her family. And if she says she know that she don't let nobody else want, Kenneka know she don't want nobody driving her car. Mama T said Kenneka knows she don't want nobody driving her car. Right? Then that means Kenneka or Mama T, before the 8th of September 2017, Mama T or Kenneka been out there in the parking lot, at least the parking lot of the Crown Plaza. Mama T or Kenneka was in that parking lot before the 8th. Because she said it says the 6th. So if that ticket says the 6th, and before the 6th, the only people that drove Mama T's car and Kenneka, and Mama T's car was Kenneka and Mama T, then Mama T didn't drove out there to Crown Plaza to be in the parking lot, or Kenneka drove out there to be in the parking lot on the 6th. Because check it out. Oh, they say Bree had the keys, so she drove the car. Cause she talking about that bitch had a spare tire on there, right? So that means Bree at around the 6th been in at least the parking lot of the Crown Plaza, right? Or somebody who else was in Kenneka's car, like Monifa or Shemaya, who caught the ride with Kenneka. So that means Shemaya, Monifa, Kenneka, Bree, or Mama T had been out there at the Crown Plaza in the parking lot on the 6th. Nobody else had been in that car that we know of up to the 8th of September. So on the 6th of September, you got 5 people who been in Mama T's car on the 8th that done been out there on the 6th to leave a ticket either in that armrest or right there by the bottom of the radio for Mama T. Look, why would she just pick up a piece of paper and say this ticket right here says somebody been out there at the Crown Plaza on the 6th? Hold on, my door, nobody been out there on the 6th. Huh? So you just pick up a piece of paper saying, here go a receipt from the Crown Plaza. And you read off the 6th. You already seen that piece of paper. Because how you just gonna pick it up and read to that man? How far into the conversation did Mama T pick up that receipt? Let's look at that. Kenneka Jenkins 911. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see how far into her call did she mention that goddamn receipt. You fucking nobody talking about. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about.
Yes, I'm at the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to to a party here last.
Hold on, y'all. Let me go check on this dog real quick. Okay, y'all, let's get to it.
A gathering with a friend, and now her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
And you said the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes, and they said that when her friends was at earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras.
Huh? What she say?
She's 19 years old.
What's this Mama T just say?
And you said the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes, and they said that when her friends was at earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they run.
I told y'all. Mama T is talking to the police at 7:30 in the morning on his tape. Hold on. She's supposed to be there talking to she's supposed to be on the phone with the police 4:30 in the morning with the police. She's supposed to be there in front of that hotel at 4:30 in the morning on the phone with 911, right? What got me fucked up is she on this phone call telling this man, she's talking to this man at 4:30 in the morning. She telling him what we see her doing in the video at 7:30 in the morning. So how at 4:30 in the morning she telling this man the future? She telling this man what's happening in the footage 3 hours before it happened. Now she just said her friend said earlier today at 4 in the morning. So hold on. When is you talking to this man actually on this 911 call? Huh? 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 You mean to tell me we done missed this? We done missed this? All this shit? Huh? What?
Video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came and it was a lady, she said that if she heard music and she asked me that I want to go upstairs.
Now she came here. Now she came here. Now she came here. But I thought you, when they talked to you at 2:30, I thought you told them to bring you your car and everything. And you went and dropped them off and went back. Come on now, come on.
Like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they used to run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came and it was a lady, she said, now, she's 19 years old. Yes, I'm at the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to this to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
And you said that the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes, and they said that when her friends was at them earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they used to run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came and it was a lady, she said that if she heard music and she asked me that I want to go upstairs, and we went upstairs on it.
And then she talking about it's a different group of people. How is it a different group of people when they would have changed over 11 o'clock that night? So the people she talking about she seen at 4 in the morning or 2:30 in the morning was going to be the same set of people at 7:30 in the morning. Ooh, mama, come on, man. Come on.
And it was someone came to the room, and she said that she did see my daughter there with a group of girls and a couple of guys. But that's how she just talking. She was busy trying to get reception on her phone.
All right, well then, you know what, are you sure you don't mean the Crown Plaza in Rosemont?
Yes, yes it is. I'm sorry, the Crown Plaza in Rosemont. That's exactly where it's at.
Okay, no, it's okay. And have you spoke with the,
Front desk, I'm sitting outside right in front of the hotel in their parking lot right now.
and they were saying that they haven't seen your daughter since she left, or?
No, it's a different set. It's a different, it's a new shift, and they said that they haven't seen it. Well, of course they wasn't seeing it, because this was like 3 or 4 in the morning. And I just see that she was here because I just found the ticket where they entered this hotel. It was at 1:36 p.m. So hold on, this part her because this was on the 6th. My daughter wasn't here on the 6th.
Okay, well, real quick, I'm just going to see if maybe I'm going to see if maybe she was here at all. What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Kenneka Jenkins. The room wasn't registering her name. She came with some friends here.
Yeah, I just want to verify. Leslie, I actually just came in myself. Probably been on shift for about 45 minutes, so I just want to make sure that, maybe she didn't get arrested and sent on her own. You know what I mean? I just want to double check everything.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, but it doesn't look like we had any run-ins with her last night at all.
Did she say it already?
She went to one of her friends' houses, or, she's probably...
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody. No one besides her. And her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay out here. They stayed out here, but they called me like about 3 something in the morning. I was laying in the bed. I just had breast surgery. I fought breast cancer, so I'm, sedated off medication early, and they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated, strengthen
Has she said it yet?
to get up and drive out here.
Because this is 10 minutes, 40 seconds, and it says minus 7 minutes. So this thing is 3 minutes into this.
And there was a lady in the lobby, and she heard me asking the front desk, and she said it was music. She did hear music. She called to walk downstairs to report the room, and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs with, it was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them. And she said,
hold on. So,
she said it was
what's she talking about, these people?
She called to ask them if they said, and there was a lady in the lobby, and she heard me asking the front desk, and she said it was music. She did hear music. She called to walk downstairs to report the room, and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs.
What that got to do with it? So some people called and reported a room playing some music. And she said, come to find out, it was the people next door to them. So they went to that room, and what that got to do with Kenneka? So they went up there to that room that was playing music. And them people going, what that got to do with Kenneka? A lady reported a room playing some music. So they went upstairs, and there happened to be some people next door. And they gonna say they did see a girl downstairs with a group of people. What the fuck? That's some dumb shit.
I read out here.
That's stupid.
Like about 3 something in the morning.
That's suspect.
I was laying in the bed. I just had breast surgery.
Three in the morning, huh?
She had my car. She was driving my car. I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody.
3 in the morning, huh?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome, but it doesn't look like we had any run-ins with her last night at all. Do you think it's possible maybe she went to one of her friends' houses, or, she's probably...
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody. No one besides her. And, her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay out here. They stayed out here, but they called me like about 3 something in the morning. I was laying in the bed. I just had breast surgery. I fought breast cancer, so I'm, sedated off medication early.
They were sitting
and they
where?
telling me she out here, so once I rejuvenated,
so they drove the car to Mama T's house at 3 in the morning.
They brought me my car. I right out here. And I came to the hotel, and I showed them a picture of her, and I asked them if they see it, and it was a
so Mama T rejuvenated and got to the hotel. But she said the friends didn't call her till 4:30 in the morning. She said they didn't call her till 4:30 in the morning. But they was outside at 3 and she rejuvenated. Hold on. Hold up.
Was it because I just found the ticket where they entered this hotel. It was at 1:36 p.m.
2 minutes into it. This not her ticket. How she? Look, Mama T, didn't she just say at 4:30 in the morning? How she gonna say 4:30 in the morning and then they was out there at 3 and then she had to rejuvenate? Huh?
They didn't have no camera.
Huh?
Now her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
And you said that you said the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes, and they said that when her friends was at them earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras.
So at 4 in the morning, hold on. So 4 in the morning, the kids asked, can they rewind the tape? But Mama T said that they was outside of her house at 3 a.m. And once she got rejuvenated, Mama T would have been there at 4 or 4:30 in the morning. But she said at 4:30 in the morning, them kids asked them to rewind the tape. How? When they in front of Mama T house at 3 o'clock in the morning, waiting for her to get up and drive her car back to the hotel. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Can I get another light for that? And had 12 people, 6 lights. Ooh-wee. She just said earlier that day at 4 in the morning, they asked them people to rewind that tape. Mama T just said they was outside her house at 3 o'clock. Hold on. So if Mama T took to 4:30 to get there, then Mama T ain't talking about no friends, got no goddamn people to rewind no goddamn tape if she goddamn there now. Cause Mama T took them home and went to the hotel by herself. Cause everybody was saying why she didn't drag them kids back to the hotel by their ears. Ooh-wee. Mama T just gave us 2 different times that conflict. She said earlier when them at 4:30 in the morning, them kids got them to rewind that tape. So hold on, you mean to tell me this a whole another 24 hours ago? Huh? And then if it couldn't have been 24 hours, she would have said, well, it's been 24 hours. Because this is another 4 in the morning. This is 24 hours later. If this the case, if they said early that day at 4 in the morning, then it's 24 hours later. Ooh-wee. So she said earlier that day at 4 something in the morning, them kids tried to get them to rewind the tape. Hold on. She said them kids was outside her house at 3 in the morning. And she told them to stay out there till she rejuvenated. So she didn't get to that hotel till shit 4:30 in the morning. So what she talking about them kids earlier that day at 4 in the morning, try to get them to rewind the tape? Mama T, your ass was there. What are you talking about? Shit, we done found the glitch. Holy shit, we done found the glitch. I don't even need to listen to no more. We're just trying to figure out where the ticket was. 2 minutes into the conversation, she talking about a ticket.
I came and it was
At O'Hare Airport?
yes, and they said that when her friends was at them earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they used to run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came and it was a lady, she said that if she heard music, and she asked me that I want to go upstairs, and we went upstairs on the 11th floor.
So when did 3 o'clock come?
Okay,
I'm sorry, it's a new shift, and they said a parking lot right now.
Spoke with the,
Front desk, I'm sitting outside right in front of the hotel in a parking lot right now.
Alright, well then, you know what,
What you finna say about 3 in the morning?
Yes, the crowd, yes it is, I'm sorry. She's trying to get reception on her phone. She said that she did see my daughter there, and we went upstairs on 11th. Earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, she's 19 years old. Now, her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel here last night, a gathering with her friends. And now her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
and you said that and you said the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes, and they said that when her friends was at earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they used to run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came and it was a lady, she said that if she heard music, and she asked me that I want to go upstairs, and we went upstairs on the 11th floor, and it was someone came to the room, and she said that she did see my daughter there with a group of girls and a couple of guys. But that's all she just saw because she was busy trying to get reception on her phone.
Where Mama T can say 3 in the morning? What?
Are you sure you don't mean the Crown spoke with the, since she left, or?
No, oh, this is different set. This is different. She was here because I just found the ticket where they entered this hotel. It was at 1:36 p.m. So hold on, this is not her ticket because this was on the 6th. My daughter wasn't here on the 6th.
Okay, and real quick, I'm just gonna see if maybe I'm gonna see if maybe she was here at all. What's your daughter's name?
Her name is
How she
Kenneka
know she wasn't
Jenkins.
there on the 6th? How she know?
Maybe she didn't get arrested and spent on her friends' houses, or
She had my car. She was driving my car. You know, I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody, no one besides her. And her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay here. They stayed out here, but they called me like about 3-something in the morning. I was laying in the bed. I just had breast surgery. I breast cancer. So I'm, sedated off medication early. And they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated, to strengthen myself enough to get up and drive out here to look for once they brought me my car, I came out right out here. And I came to the hotel and I showed them a picture of her and I asked them did they see it. And it was a lady I thought that breast cancer. So me like about 3-something in the morning. I was laying to me like about 3-something. Her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay here.
They said 2-something in the morning. So 3-something they got to her.
In the morning. I was laying in bed. I just had breast surgery.
They said she sat outside.
That breast cancer. So I'm, sedated off medication early. And they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated, to strengthen
she out
myself
there.
enough to get up and drive out here to look for once they brought me my car, I came out right out here.
And she said that was at 3 in the morning they kept calling. And at 4 in the morning something, they kept trying to get the hotel to rewind the tape. But they couldn't. And Mama T is supposed to be at the hotel right then and there talking to the police. She's supposed to be at there talking to the police at 4:30 in the morning. Mama T was supposed to be at their hotel at 4:30 in the morning. Not 6, not 7. At 4:30. The whole thing was that she was at that hotel at 4:30 in the morning. Now, there's a big discrepancy. This is big. Just found one after 4 years. Just found one after 4 years. Hey, y'all. Let me see. Let me get you up out of chill. Let me report your monkey ass. Right? Let me report you for wrongdoing. And, let me get you out. Damn troll. I ain't had trolling